Hey, it's Liz Kelly, and welcome to the Ringer Podcast Network. The Ringer is launching a new podcast from the guys who brought you Cespedes Family Barbecue called Baseball Barbecue. Hosted by Jake Mintz and Jordan Schusterman, they're bringing you the good, the bad, and the utterly bizarre corners of the baseball world and everything that makes it special. Throughout the offseason, they'll dive into the rabbit hole on some of their favorite fascinations, from the home run derby to baseball brawls and much more. Once the season returns, they'll break down the latest MLB news and developments. You can subscribe to Baseball Barbecue on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to Bachelor Party. I'm Juliet Littman. It's the Listen to Your Heart finale. I'm going to get into it with my pal, Rachel Platten. But first, I just wanted to acknowledge the biggest topic in Bachelor Nation right now, probably the biggest piece of news other than this finale, is Hannah Brown using the N-word on her Instagram, or excuse me, on her TikTok. She was singing the lyrics to a song and she said the word. And then she had a really half-assed follow-up apology where she said maybe her brother said it and she kind of laughed. It was really insincere and really insufficient. And then she followed up even further on her Instagram story. She posted a statement saying she planned to do better and she apologized. And I just want to say the whole thing is completely unacceptable and really disappointing, although maybe not surprising, not because of Hannah, but just the difficulty that the show has with handling race. It comes up all the time and try to call it out as much as possible. It's just really ugly, and what Hannah said and the way she apologized was just really ugly. It's the only way to put it. My good friend Rachel Lindsay, a good friend of the pod, she did a whole Instagram live about this on her story on Instagram on Sunday. I highly encourage you to check it out. I believe Rachel's story also is on Reddit if you can't find it on her page. She really eloquently explains exactly what's wrong, and I encourage you to check it out. Unfortunately, these race issues come up all the time with The Bachelor, and I'll do my best to keep talking about them. In the meantime, let's talk about tonight's Listen to Your Heart. To do so, I have my friend and world famous recording artist, Rachel Platten. Let's get to it. Welcome back to the podcast, my good friend, my pen pal, Rachel Platten. Hi, Rachel.
Oh, man, Juliet, it's so good to be back.
Long time in the making, so I think we should just tell everyone before we get into it. You and me and your husband and your sister have a pretty intense group chat about reality TV. Sometimes
It's
other
true.
topics, but it's pretty intense. It's so intense that it has a name. It's #PrettyGirls. I don't even remember why.
No, I was gonna say, do you remember why? I think I do.
What is it?
I think it was from this latest episode of The Batch when a couple of the girls dubbed themselves the Pretty Girls early in the season. Maybe someone else
right.
confirmed that. And then
I think that's right.
I think Kevin changed it to the Pretty Girls.
I think that's correct. And it's, one of the highlights of my digital life, of which is my main life now that we're in quarantine. And we've been talking about doing this for a while. And I'm just so happy to have you for the finale, Listen to Your Heart, because you are a real live musician. And I just feel like this is the best time to combine your professional expertise with your reality TV expertise. So it really couldn't have worked out better.
Fine, but I do just want to come clean to the pod listeners that I am not the best choice from the Pretty Girls to be doing this podcast. I am the least funny member. My sister is absolutely hysterical and so witty and knows every single episode of every TV show ever. And my husband is just naturally very funny. And I'm more of a person that throws in an occasional ha 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 ha. So just because I wrote a song that empowers people, I don't know that I deserve to be the person being interviewed, but fine.
You wrote more than one song, for the record, and also it's always clear when you've come back from doing work or being with your daughter or something, and just go through all the messages and do a ha tap back. Exactly. It's great though, Always look forward to it.
I'm like, oh, Melanie and Juliet, you guys are really in, huh? You're really on today.
Well, we appreciate the encouragement. For this pod, we're going to do 10 lingering questions from the season finale of The Bachelor Presents Listen to Your Heart. So we're going to run through them. And the first question, number one, did Chris and Bri deserve to win? If you were a judge, who would you have picked?
So I thought a lot about this, well, maybe for a minute. And I thought to myself, one of the problems here is that these judges haven't been judges all season. So they haven't seen the journey that these teams have gone on. You know, like on American Idol and The Voice, like they know the whole entire landscape that we're looking at. Like how is a performer, you know, in different circumstances.
Yeah.
These judges, Jewel is a friend of mine now. She only saw them that night. And Rita Wilson with all her little quirk and sass. So they're
Rita
just
Wilson really wanted some onstage sex. I think if they could have like just fornicated on stage, she would have been really happy.
That was wild, a little uncomfortable. I was like, I'm gonna stick with her because Tom Hanks, you know. But it was a little bizarre what she said in the beginning. But I think that based on that performance alone, yeah, they deserve to win.
I think so too. Also, they got the best songs, right? Like
I was thinking that too. That was a way better song, and that arrangement at the end.
Okay, well, that's one of the reasons I wanted you to be a part of this. That Ed Sheeran song is really good. I feel like Ed Sheeran songs in general are very well suited to this kind of thing. Like,
especially when you don't like rearrange them into like sexy funk, right?
Yeah, yeah.
like that couple.
To get Ed Sheeran and Adele over Jamie and Trevor got to do Unchained Melody and that Dan and Shay song. I think it's called like Helpless, which like those are good. But Adele and Ed Sheeran are like absolute crowd pleasers, like two of the top selling artists of the last 10 years. Like you can't compare. And like Make You Feel My Love is like, it's like just such a go-to like emotional song. They got so lucky.
I really agree. I really agree. But and I also am a little confused. If you think that the producers were in some way like skewing it so that Chris and Bri would win, I would have bet money that Trevor and what's her name? Jamie were who they were banking on, just based on the editing and based on
I know,
you know, like Jamie's low cut shirts and her like adorable little like made for reality TV like bubbly sweetness. Like they were perfect for
Jamie's
to be the winners.
boobs came out to play for the finale. She was like, I've only got one thing in my pocket other than my singing ability, and it's my boobs. And here
she was so cute. I kept trying to make Kevin be like, "What do you think?" And he was like, "I love her." And I was like, "You're not even looking at her. What are you?" No, she was so cute. I was such a Jamie fan. Great singer.
Yeah, she actually was good. Like, I hope she has a career. I mean, they were all pretty good.
She seems pretty good at Instagram. I did a little dive. Like, she's doing she understands how to like work the angles and like do the influencer thing. Like she gets what I don't about Instagram.
She's 21, you know?
Oh,
so
right.
She like
They've
speaks that language. I forgot
right.
she's really young, and we'll come back to this, but I actually almost felt uncomfortable with the whole fantasy suite conversation around Jamie. I don't know why, but she just like looks young. And I was like, come on. No one would want their friend to go to the fantasy suite with Trevor. Like, you just look at him and he's clearly like not the one that you're like, yeah, have a great sweet night together.
I don't know if I agree with you. I like Trevor. Yeah, I like Trevor. We want to come back to that. I mean, I have some feelings.
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I do.
Back to Chris and Bri.
Back to Chris and Bri. So they deserve to win. But question number 2, what was the problem between them? Like, what went wrong?
Honestly, what do you think?
I think they edited the fantasy suite conversation in a weird way because Bri kept saying like, Bri kept saying something like, you know, intimacy can mean so much, and I just keep thinking about last night. She kept saying she was like replaying it, but when you watch their conversation, it seemed like they agreed to not go to the fantasy suite together, which I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it's religious. Like maybe they don't know each other for long enough. I don't know. But they're saying I love you to each other, and then they don't go into the fantasy suite. It was really weird. And then she's like rethinking it. So did she think she messed it up? Like, I don't know what happened there.
I think that's a great point. My take was that based on the editing alone, because obviously we're not privy to like what they were really saying to each other. But what it seemed to be was that discussion maybe made her feel uncomfortable. Like we just declared something about where we're at relationship wise that puts us a notch below where other people are, you know what I mean? Like maybe having made that decision, then she felt like, what does this say about how actually in love we are with each other? Or that doesn't make that much sense. Or my other thought is performers displace nerves in a lot of ways. And they had a major performance coming up the next day. And also we're asked to make a major decision, like relationship-wise, TV-wise. And I sometimes take out, if I'm feeling nervous, on Kevin. Like I'll be like a bitch for no reason. And Kevin knows now to not take any of it seriously. And even my like personal assistant, Sweet Paige, who used to work for me, I told her when I started working for her, I was like, Paige, I'm like pretty much easy and great to work for, except right before shows. Sometimes I'll turn into like a little crazy and it has nothing to do with you or anything. It's just how I'm feeling nervous. So I was thinking maybe she's just really freaking nervous and displacing the emotion.
So there's some classic performance anxiety.
Yeah, it could have been.
It just
Otherwise,
was really
I really
weird.
don't. It was so weird. I don't know. I wish I had more
And
insight.
their vibe in the car on the way to the performance
Horrible.
was awful.
Horrible. Oh my God. And her face, she just like was making the most like nasty little faces. Like I was like,
Yeah.
you know?
And also, his scarf was just absurd. I was so distracted by the scarf and the short sleeve shirt. He's worn scarves very Lenny Kravitz style the entire season, and this was like just capped it off. And I like though that it was clear they weren't wearing their performance outfits on the way to the show, and I was like, I liked that because it indicated a level of professionalism. I was glad they also could like change out of their stress clothes and like put on their costume. Be like, here, we're ready to go.
Did you call their stress clothes?
Yes, they were stressed in that outfit. Do you ever have a day where
You're
like,
right.
I need to shower and change immediately to like
Yes.
reset? Like I need to have like a new feeling, a new
Yes.
vibe on me. So I'm changing
Yes.
clothes.
I'll probably do it after this pod. Probably. I'm just kidding.
Well, ouch.
I was trying to be funny. This is the problem. You have to edit that out because Kevin's going to be like, that wasn't funny at all, Rachel. What are you talking
We're
about?
definitely not editing it out. We're not going to.
Ugh.
I will say during work from home, I like very often I'm like, you know what? I have an hour. I'm going to take a shower. Like I need to like reset on this work day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Water is a great way to cleanse. I mean, I could get more spiritual about it, but like often,
I mean,
a lot.
yeah.
I'm sure that
Yeah,
your
like a
listeners would like for me too.
baptism. Yes, please do.
In a lot, I worked with a performance psychologist actually who told me that the first thing, because I was having some anxiety, I think when I was pregnant about performing, and he told me when I would fly to away shows, the first thing that I should do is get in a bath or get in water and like actively feel like the water was cleansing off the energy of the plane, all that. Yeah. Anyway, everyone knows.
Yeah, and then you start over.
Start
I
over.
was gonna say, I think it'd be weird if you weren't nervous performing while pregnant. I mean, that's like two extreme stresses on your body. One is like being pregnant, and the other is like having to perform for like strangers, like thousands of people.
I know. You know, thank you. I just did an interview for a morning show just before this.
For GMA, check it out online.
Yeah. And she was asking, she was lovely, but she was like asking all these questions like, wow, so it was stressful being on a tour bus with a baby? And I was like, do you hear what you just asked me? Yes, it was stressful. And I mean, I feel like, you know, I just kept explaining. I kept like having to answer that question. Like, yeah, the stress of performing while pregnant, while being a new mother was very hard. Living on a tour bus with my husband. Yeah. Anyway.
What do you think of the tour bus that they were on last week on Listen to Your Heart?
It was like a pretty good classic. It wasn't like the best bus.
How was yours? What was your bus like?
Oh my goodness. The first bus that we were on, woo, was horrible. It was so, oh my God. We decided pretty last minute to do the tour because, I think I'd had Violet and then 2 weeks later, I think I had to decide. And that's really late for summer tours. So that was like February and everyone's already booked those buses for like months now.
Oh, interesting. Bus shortage.
Oh, yeah. That's a very real thing. So I got like the last pick, like the last option. And my bus driver, oh my God. Let me tell you, that guy, I don't know what to say about him that I won't like get. I don't know. He made the summer really difficult. Kevin, one day he came out. I'm actually going to tell the story. One day he came out it was my assistant living on the bus, my husband, and my nanny, and my daughter and dog. And one day the bus driver came out with, this is really messed up actually, with 2 pairs of underwear that he had found, and he threw them, or he hung them. Sorry,
What?
he hung. You know, this is real. He hung them on the post behind his captain's chair. And Kevin came in and he's like, "What the f, Ron? Like, why is the underwear sitting there?" And he's like, "These girls are crazy. They're sloppy. They're leaving their stuff everywhere." And my husband's like, "This is not okay, dude. Like that. This is our home, you know." And
Did he like go through your stuff?
I think like we'd done laundry or something, and it was, maybe dropped out of the laundry pile and it was in the hallway, but he wasn't technically supposed to be on the bus like that. Like they're not supposed to go back. But anyway, the next bus, second leg of the tour, we had an amazing bus driver named Dave, so sweet. We had a wonderful time. The bus was absolutely gorgeous and it made for a way more like pleasant experience.
Shout out to Dave.
Dave.
Before the Bachelor tour like had to shut down because of coronavirus, I went on Ben Higgins's tour bus because he was doing this like all over the country tour.
Oh my God, how was it?
It was kind of great. I mean, he had a queen size bed in the back and like he had a TV with like satellite. So like it was pretty dope. But then the dancers from the tour were like also on the bus and they weren't allowed to like use half the bus because it was just for Ben. And I just feel like I would have felt really awkward if I were like that. But
I was the person that no one could use the back half of the bus.
I know, but it's different. Like you were like performing every night. He was performing even less than these other dancers and stuff. It was just like,
I see.
Yeah,
that's a little. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it's an awkward thing anyway. Like it's a little uncomfortable to see.
Sounds it.
Yeah, it's like to see like, no, this back area is mine. I mean, it's awkward. It's awkward.
Jamie and Trevor seemed really excited about tour bus life, though. I hope that they make it, Jamie and Trevor. Honestly, I think.
So you don't think that Trevor was sincere in his feelings for Jamie?
I don't think Trevor's there for the right reasons. I don't think he's there for the right reasons. But that said, I hope that I'm wrong because they do seem like she seems into him. He just seems like such a creepster LA guy to me.
I don't know if he was in the beginning there for the right reasons. I'm with you. Like clearly American Idol contestant, he was kind of like playing the circuit. He was doing the circuit. He probably would go to The Voice next. I'm with you on that. But I really feel like his feelings for Jamie were sincere. Like maybe I'm a hopeless romantic, but I just felt like he was, I don't know. I felt like he really loved her. You don't think so?
I don't know. Also, they only like knew each other for 5 weeks. I heard recording was like 4 or 5 weeks long. Okay. So wasn't that? Yeah. I don't know. Also, I just feel like I think he's dated too many people.
He's 29.
21. Yeah.
He's 29 and she's 21. I know. I get that.
Hard living 29 in LA looking for fame. I mean, how many times has he lived in like, but she was closing down a club?
But she was so cute. She was so cute though, like I would have fallen in love with her. Okay, but
she was cute and talented.
To your credit though, or to your point, the fact that they kept referencing how long, like the journey that they had been on together, and then it was like, what did you guys do? You went ice skating? Like,
I
don't know what else you did.
Like, they like, he was like speaking the language a little too fluently, It's like he was just dropped in Bachelor Nation and like was already perfectly fluent in the language. So I don't know. I've got questions, but I wish them well. Let's move on to my third question. Too. Okay. Question number 3. Should Matt have told Rudy that he, quote, couldn't get there sooner than in this episode?
I was so upset watching that whole scene. I was so upset.
She's legitimately the best singer. She's really good.
Unbelievably good. Unbelievably good.
Really good. Yeah.
So much that I was like I was feeling jealous of her vocals so that I had to pause the TV and make sure that I could do the same run that she did in the background, and then asked Kevin, do you like how I sound doing that? And he was like, what? Why are you doing this? Just keep watching this. So if you can imagine, I was like, I'm on the team. But no, I loved Rudy. I thought she was incredible. Kevin thought she was quite a handful and that Matt was completely justified. I thought that it was ridiculous. I was so upset for her. Like, dude, if you weren't sure before, just let her perform one more time and like get her name out there and like,
That's true.
What were your feelings?
One more performance. I thought that they were really lucky they got to sing Shallow. I mean, that song has been used in all of the promos.
Everyone sounds good doing that.
It's a great song. Is that true? Is it hard? Is that a hard song to sing?
That wasn't true. That's not totally true. I think not everyone sounds good doing it, but if you have a voice that's good at belting, which a lot of people do, you will sound good singing that song. Kevin and I made that point last night. We were like, well, I mean, that's a little unfair in a way. Like some of the song choices will help you show off your vocals better than other ones. That's just how it is. Yeah.
It was clear they were like manipulating it so that people with better, who they liked more, like got to sing certain songs. Like that was very obvious.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. I wish we had talked earlier only because I really wanted to talk about that blonde lady.
Oh my God, Natasha, we can talk about her.
No, the one before. Tall one.
Julia. Julia?
Oh, yeah, Julia. Woo!
She sang The Bones, which is a song that I really enjoy. I'm like obsessed with Maren Morris. And so I was like jealous that that song was involved.
Can I tell you something? You and my daughter, Violet, only listened to The Bones all summer on tour. The only song she would fall asleep to was The Bones. I wrote Maren.
Really funny.
I was like, Maren, if you notice your streaming numbers are up, pretty sure it's because Violet refuses to listen to anything else but The Bones. She's like, I think it's because of my fans. Thanks.
My favorite song by Maren Morris is Make Out With Me. Have you heard that one? It's really good. Go? I can't sing it. You're the singer here, but it's really good. It's like right in the middle of the girl album. It's fantastic.
Oh, then I would know it. Yeah.
Her. Yeah. It's like,
she's incredible.
Come to, I can't sing it. It'd be too embarrassing.
I don't know that. I guess I don't know that one, but I know I listened to the girl album all the way through. I don't know.
It's right in the middle. It's great.
Okay.
It just always makes me think of Tyler Cameron. Anyway, I thought that he, that's who I'm like, just make out with me. I thought that Matt should have probably told her sooner, but like they got to go to Nashville. So, at least they made it to the final episode.
I know. Okay, I know. Kevin really was on Matt's side. Like he was like, what was the guy supposed to do? Like he was trying to figure it out, and I understand that, but I don't know. I just felt like I was in a performer's shoes at that point, like knowing like that would have been really heartbreaking if you have a dream of making it as a singer and 2 more TV performances would possibly make or break
a big difference.
Yeah, make a big difference. And like that part felt a little unforgivable, even though she was able to ultimately forgive him because he told her what he told her at the end.
I didn't realize that, but I think that's actually what she was saying when she was like, everyone knows that we're not where Chris and Bri and Trevor and Jamie are. She was kind of like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, let's just keep performing.
Exactly.
I didn't realize that, but you're right. That's what she was saying. She was like, let's just do it because why not? But she just, I thought that she seemed like, even though she's a handful, she seemed like the most real and the most fun of everyone on the show. Like if I had to hang out with one of them, I would definitely pick Rudy.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. Yeah. She was super cool. Plus she's incredibly talented and like you said, very real about what she was actually feeling and relatable. I thought that Jamie was probably very relatable for a lot of people, a lot of like watchers though. Like I kept thinking like, wow, Jamie is reality TV gold.
Yeah, she is. I know. I'm bummed she can't be on Bachelor in Paradise because that's where she would have gone right away.
Dude, do you think that she can't? I bet they're going to bend the rules.
Oh no, I mean in the future, but they're just not doing it this year because of coronavirus.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I bet you meant because of Listen to Your Heart franchise.
No. No, the reason to do Listen to Your Heart is to get these crazy people on the beach in Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Like, ship her out. Let's go.
She's definitely in.
Oh yeah, she'll be a star.
As we look to make the most of our home's outdoor spaces right now, Article is here to make your dream patio a reality. With weather-resistant dining sets, loungers, and sofas, Article's selection of outdoor furniture makes it easy to create a welcoming patio oasis. My apartment has a lovely backyard patio, in fact, and Article furniture is perfect for it. Article combines the curation of a boutique furniture store with the comfort and simplicity of shopping online. Their team of designers focuses on beautifully crafted pieces, quality materials, and durable construction. You're going to be spending so much time in your backyard if you have one this summer, because what else are you going to do? So seriously, think about Article. With Article, you save up to 30% over traditional retail prices because they cut out the middleman and sell directly to you. No showrooms, no salespeople, no retail markup. Their fast, affordable shipping is available across the USA and Canada, and it's free on orders over $999. Article's offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim this, visit article.com/bachelor, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/bachelor to get $50 off of your first purchase. Do it now. Visit article.com/bachelor, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/bachelor to get $50 off of your first purchase. Do it now. Question number 4. I think we answered this. Who's the most talented from the group? Full stop. Of everyone you saw on the show.
Okay, I have 2 answers though. Rudy was the most talented singer, but I didn't hear her writing any songs. I didn't see her playing any instruments. So it reminded me of a lot of girls who I would play with, like coming up in the city in New York. Like there were all these girls who just could sing their butts off, could like riff like Beyonce, like, that. And I was always threatened by that kind of talent because that's not my voice necessarily. My strength is my songwriting, and I developed my voice, and now my voice is a lot stronger. But like, I was always kind of thrown off by that kind of talent. But I think that there's a lot of people with that talent, which is why you see so many of those people on The Voice and American Idol, and they don't actually succeed, because we don't need another incredible voice necessarily. What we need is sincerity and truth and like someone's real story. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, of course.
I have a lot of thoughts about this. So Rudy, yes, unbelievable voice. But I think that Chris was actually the most talented because he was writing his own songs. He was multi-instrumentalist. He was constantly working on his craft. That was another big thing.
He seems like a genuinely sweet guy. He seemed genuine, like just like a good dude.
I really
You'd be
enjoyed
happy
him.
For your Yeah, I did too. That's a really good setup for question number 5. How mad should I be that the women didn't play any instruments? Like, because the whole time it was so glaring.
Until I read that question, I didn't really even think about that. But man, that was really playing into stereotypes. Like, ugh. Yeah.
It's like,
no, I don't love that.
Maybe
that's not true.
Played our songwriters, though. I mean, like, we just never got to find out.
There was one woman that was playing the piano. The cute Asian girl was playing that one time. She was playing piano. But I know what you mean. And like, I thought I wasn't bothered, but now that I think about it, I remember being like, why aren't they, like, if that was me on that show, and I could so see myself having auditioned for that back in the day. Here I am. But if that was me on that show like 15 years ago, I would have 100% all the time been on the piano, praying that the producers would capture me singing an original song, which I think that guy with the long hair was constantly trying to do. Did you notice earlier in the season, they kept being like, I have one more thing to say to you, and I'd like to share it in an original song I wrote called, And then the producers were like,
one more thing before I go.
Yeah, exactly. And the producers were like, I guess we have to air that one more thing before I go song. But that's what I would have done. So I was a little surprised that none of the girls were like showing that they wrote music even.
Yeah, they definitely, it was very gendered in how like the women put just like the relationships before that actual singing, where it seemed like they kind of positioned not all of them, and like obviously they all cared about the competition and music, but they just made it seem like the men were like always the driving force. Like even when they were rehearsing, like Trevor and Jamie, like he would have the guitar and she would just be like singing into his face, and it really annoyed me.
It is annoying. You know what I'm thinking right now? Like, I don't think it's the girl's fault, actually, because I've been in situations, even I've been in situations where I have plaques on my wall. I have like made it in all intents and purposes to what I had always dreamed of. But when I'm in the room with like an intimidatingly talented male producer, I will sometimes give away my power too, even. Like I'll be a little bit more meek than normal. And there is that dynamic in the music industry where like, I don't know. And it's not just the music industry. I think it's also like for the girls, there's a lot. I don't know if I'm going to be like vilified for this, but there's a lot more on the line. It's like find the relationship too. I don't know if the guys necessarily are caring about making sure they leave or that it reflects well on them if they are liked as much as the girls. You know what I mean? Like the girls are also in this inner competition with themselves and with each other about like, can I get a boyfriend out of this? You know what I mean?
Totally.
And,
yes. I think that also because of Jamie's age that came through a lot with her. And
I totally agree.
Like, I've always been cheated on, like just talking about that over and over again.
And she's 21. Like I was always cheated on when I was 21 too. Like what guys when they were like before 21 know how to be, I know.
And I think at all ages, people can just be like, yeah, I've always been cheated on. I mean, it just unfortunately happens a lot.
But Juliet, wait, do you know what I mean though about how there's those two dynamics at play? Like there's one where you're trying to like prove to America that you're a worthy musician, and that you're good in that way. And then there's the other pressure to prove that you're a likable partner or that you're someone that like, and that must be so confusing. And I can understand that, like, luckily, I found Kevin and I found each other. I found Kevin. Kevin and I found each other 15 years ago, like when we were really, really young. And so that wasn't at play in me trying to become famous or, achieve something. But I know that can get confused for other people as they like.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel a lot of like, I feel a frustration too that the girls weren't playing instruments and that it didn't seem like they were showing off their musician skills as much too. But I'm wondering if it's because they were distracted with trying to find a boyfriend.
Yeah, well, it's like a double validation of like, oh, I'm good at singing, but also I'm hot, or like, oh,
Exactly.
I'm desired, or whatever. So it's like it's kind of sucks. It's like they're in a pageant while the guys are just sort of like looking to play music or whatever.
And this is why you're the queen of the pretty girls. That you said that so much more eloquently. Yes. Yes.
We're all monarchs of the pretty girls, okay? We all are.
I don't know. I'm more of like a jest. Wait.
Oh my God. On the topic of Trevor and Jamie, if they haven't already, when will they break up?
Oh, I'm pretty soon. Pretty soon. I don't see that lasting. I don't think he's going to move to Nashville. I don't know.
I think he could. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Well, first, I just want to say the robes, the way they embrace the robes for the morning after, I was dying. It was so funny and cheesy.
It was so good.
It was kind of like watching like kids playing adult, being like, oh, it's the morning after. Let's put on these robes they've given us.
So good.
It was
totally.
so funny.
Totally.
My podcast friend David Jacoby and I always talk about the post-coital wear of after the fantasy suites, and I was like, this is just elite. I love these robes.
Incredible.
Is there a stigma attached with moving to Nashville for like a second chance at your career if you like can't make it in LA?
Wow. What a question. Wow. I mean, you're really making me think so deeply today. I'm going to think on that. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I mean,
I just feel like it's becoming a bit of a thing where like also reality stars move there. It's like Chris Lane and Lauren Bushnell like moved there. And I think that it's a little bit of like a second chance if LA doesn't work out. Like maybe you can make it happen in a smaller market, more exposure. I don't know.
I mean, it's also
just,
it's a better cost of living. It's a really lovely city. It might have values that are closer for some of those people, like closer to home for some of the people that we see on reality TV. And I mean, Kevin and I actually Nashville is pretty incredible. Kevin and I fell so in love with Nashville, and we were there this summer on tour that we spent a good 2 weeks like totally convinced that we were going to move to Nashville.
I've never been, but I've heard great things. Music City, after all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Nashville's just like, it has this allure. And I really do think the cost of living is a big thing for a lot of people.
Oh, it must be so much cheaper.
Yeah, it's so much cheaper.
Because I actually could see Trevor moving is like, I feel like he was on American Idol.
Yeah.
He's been on Listen to Your Heart. I could actually see him moving there and like maybe that would work out for him in some way. I don't know.
He made the rounds. I used to, you know what? You might be right, because before Fight Song came out and I was struggling as an artist, I went through a Nashville stint. I had tried for, I think it was 10 years. I was playing the New York circuit and touring. And then someone was like, why don't you just form a country band with your friend Nick Howard? Neither he nor I listened to country music or even enjoyed it. I mean, now I do, but. And so.
Yeah, we like Maren Morris.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Violet forced me to. But not Maren, but country. Like Violet's obsessed with country music. But we went down there and we made the rounds, like the Nashville rounds, and like, you know, we're like, ooh, this feels more doable somehow. And you might be right. Like it might feel like somehow more possible to make it because it's a smaller town.
Yeah, I think there's something to it. I'll just say I could see Trevor moving, but if he does, I also could see him being like a heartthrob in Nashville. I've never been to Nashville, by the way, so I'm completely projecting.
2 reality TV shows under his belt, dude. That guy's gonna go to the Bluebird. Lots of aspiring singer-songwriters.
He's gonna do numbers in Nashville. That's all I'm saying.
But so is Jamie. I'm on Team Jamie. I just feel like she has a big future. Like Jamie's
so too. She's talented.
Very talented.
And she's just like
so whimsical.
She gives good camera. Like I feel like she turns it up for the camera.
Exactly. Oh my God, the Bachelorette girls would have killed her. For turning up for the camera. Yeah,
totally. She could be the Bachelorette. Like, give her like 3 years. She could be the Bachelorette.
Also, I really loved how much she loved the franchise. Like, she was the only one who was like, "Oh my God, Fantasy Suite, you guys, this is a huge deal." And like,
I know.
Rudy's
she,
like, what the legit fuck? Like, what? What is it?
Someone at the Ringer knows Rudy and says that she's like cool. So I like Rudy. I'm very much on Team Rudy.
Yeah, no, we've established that. You're Team Rudy for sure. All the way.
Moving on. We kind of answered this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how full of shit is Trevor? I'm going with 8.5.
I'm less. I'm going to go with like 6.5.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
You're a nicer person than I. Music question. What is the best pop duet? Like if you were on this show and they were like, Rachel, you and your partner need to sing one song to become the champions and listen to your heart, which obviously you'd really be dying to be. What would you want to sing?
Okay. What kind of outfit, stage do I have? Like how much rehearsal time? I'm going to need much more information.
It's in Nashville. It's like,
is it the last?
A couple days.
Okay, is it the last Listen to Your Heart performance? Is it like that production level or is it like small little bar?
No, it's like medium-sized show. It's like you're playing at the Novo, the world famous Novo, as they said. World famous Novo is not a thing.
If I could like nail the vocals, I would do Crazy in Love.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
like the Beyonce version or like some cool Nashville version?
I'm just kidding. Can you imagine?
I would love it with a rapper, like with someone like Jay-Z.
No.
Oh my God.
I would make Kevin do the rap.
Incredible. I can't imagine Kevin rapping, but
Kevin can truly, oh my God, Kevin can really rap, Juliet.
Really?
I always try to catch him and secretly record him, and he gets so mad. He knows so many raps.
Send a video. Incredible.
I've been trying for 15 years to capture it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need a video. Please send. Okay.
I know.
So
I might do, Make You Feel My Love was that's fantastic. That came across beautifully. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank because I can only think of the Listen to Your Heart performances and they all feel like they have something attached to them, but I'll come back to you.
Okay.
I'll think on it.
I think here are two pop duets they did not pick that I would have suggested. Both involve Ed Sheeran. One is Everything Has Changed by Taylor Swift. I feel like that would be a good one you could arrange for two people. Just throwing that out there. And the other is the Tori Kelly song, I Was Made for Loving You with Ed Sheeran.
I love Tori. I have mine, by the way.
I love Tori Kelly's voice.
She is so incredible. Do you know her little quarantines with Tori that she's been doing?
No, I gotta check that out.
She's like singing every day on her Instagram or something. I don't know if she's doing it anymore, but she was in the beginning.
Okay, great.
I would do the Once song from the musical.
Oh, that's a good one. Steve Kazee, friend of The Ringer. He's appeared on our wrestling podcast a lot.
Fantastic. You're connected to everybody. Who aren't you connected to?
I don't know him, but I would like to. I have to say, one of my quarantine finds is Jenna Dewan is now on TikTok and she dances and she's a professional dancer. She's so good. She's so good.
Done.
I love
TikTok gives me anxiety, and I also feel very old when I'm on TikTok.
Oh my God, me too. Also,
you know what I mean?
I like the recipe videos on here, which is couldn't be older. I'm just like,
me too.
Look at this lovely egg dish you can make in a 15-second video. So.
No, what's embarrassing most for me is that I feel like I find things that I think are hilarious that have already been cool for like months. And then I try to show people and they're like, yeah, no, we already know about the guy doing the Obama voice. Like, thanks.
I like the dance videos. Your sister posted an Instagram with one of like the popular songs on TikTok. And I was like, where's your TikTok video? And she said she wasn't ready yet, but she would be soon. So
do you know that Melanie's a phenomenal dancer?
I 100% believe it.
She is amazing. She could nail some TikTok videos. In fact, Melanie, I know you're going to be listening to this. This is a podcast challenge. Yeah. America's challenge.
Get on it, girl.
Yeah.
I also told Melanie, Snooki has a great TikTok where she posts videos of her and her daughter doing dances, and they're so cute.
Done.
I love it. It's my favorite TikTok. Oh, my second favorite one is Camille Kostek, the supermodel who's dating Rob Gronkowski, now of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
She's also really into a dance craze, and she's also just like so pretty. I'm just like, why are you dating Gronk? But whatever, be happy, people.
I know. Why? Gronk is wonderful.
Whatever.
Gronk is wonderful.
Okay. Okay. You're from Boston. You love the Patriots. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot that. I thought I was talking to a Patriots fan, and I was like, "Wait, what the hell is going on?" Okay. I got it. But he's fantastic. I'm sticking. Then I doubted myself. I was like, maybe I'm not thinking of the right Gronk. Like, I don't know much about sports. Maybe there's another one. Yeah, I'm like, she's saying his full name. Maybe this is a Jewish Gronk or something. I don't know. I shouldn't doubt myself. That's the lesson.
Just never doubt yourself. Question number 8. On their date, did Chris and Bri eat any of their food? There was a lot of close-ups of it. He had a steak and she had fried chicken, and they looked like completely untouched. Did they eat any of their food?
That's a no.
I mean,
that is such a no.
gotta be a
And
no.
I got so confused by that question because I feel like aren't you never supposed to eat your food on reality
On a
TV?
date?
Isn't that like
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess they
isn't that like a hard and
don't.
fast rule? Yeah.
I guess they generally don't, but like that one, it was just like the meal was so heavy, and like for the way it was lit, I don't know, the food was just really obvious, and I was like, "What's this?" And like his steak had a sauce on it, like they had like really gone to town on this steak. So
It was like
I had a
a
lot of
boulet
questions.
or a bouget. What's that thing called? An auberge?
I have
The steak sauce.
I don't know, but it clearly that night went really wrong. I wanted the inside story. I need a behind the music of Chris and Bri's non-fantasy suite date because something just like broke between them, and I'm confused. Like, did they try to like hook up and it didn't go well? Like, what happened?
I know. I feel like I need so many more answers. And I did an Instagram dive for Chris and Bri as well, just to give us some more information. And I am a little concerned. Like, I really hope that they're still together because I didn't see much. Like, I didn't feel much love between the two of them on each other's
No.
posts. Do you know what I mean? Like, Trevor and Jamie were like really like giving it to me. Like, Trevor was on Jamie's. Well, actually, this actually makes me feel like Trevor is more full of shit than a 6.5. Because Trevor was all over Jamie's Instagram being like, oh my God, James, like heart, making sure that we saw. But like, I don't know, with Chris and Bri, like they could just be like not tuned into Instagram and like not aware of that. But
Oh my God, come on. Those you go on the show.
Yeah,
you're on
yeah,
Instagram,
right,
What's
yeah.
the point?
yeah, no, you're
It
right.
really
you're right.
annoyed me how Chris kept calling Bri B. Like, we get it. You have a nickname for her already. Cute. You guys are so cute. He kept calling.
I didn't
Bri is a short name. Why do you need to call her B? Like, Bri's already very easy to say. Like, do you need that? I don't know.
I have so much to say about a lot of this, like because the performative romance was like so confusing in like a lot of ways, like to prove that you're like, it was just like performative romance was the way that Kevin and I kept saying, like to prove how into someone you are is such a confusing, weird, fake thing to begin with. Like, yeah, I would use all the nicknames I could.
And also to act like, I guess, I wonder if when they started the show, they were like, the point of the show is to pretend like you're Jackson and Allie from A Star Is Born minus
Yes.
the suicide. Like, is that what like they told everyone? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because I get like you're performing romance is a great way of saying it. At the end, Trevor and Jamie really nailed performing romance, I think.
Yes.
But Bri and Chris were a better like on stage presence. So like, do
Yes.
you need some of that like dissonance to thrive? I don't know. Did you ever like date someone that you perform with?
Okay,
You've been with
actually,
Kevin so long.
so yeah, but before Kevin, I did, and I was speaking on this very topic 2 nights ago with Kevin because I was saying Rudy, like, okay, with Rudy and Matt, for instance, like she was like, oh my God, well, we had such incredible chemistry. Yeah, well, incredible chemistry can just come from passion in general, like just from frustration. Any kind of passion can make a performance amazing. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even have to be romantic connection. It could just be like, I don't know, like sometimes I'm in a fight. I'd be in a fight with some of my band members, like when I was in my 20s and we were like on the road and we were exhausted, but we'd have incredible shows that night just because like the tension had to come out somewhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
And I did definitely perform. I mean, I dated a DJ, for God's sakes. Like
You did?
Yeah,
Nice.
yes. Oh my God, that's why when my dad met Kevin, he was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Okay. because of my past boyfriends. But yeah, I performed with some guys I was dating before Kevin and it really didn't relate at all whether or not I was into the person and if we sounded good together. Like it was pretty rare that those two coalesce. Does that make sense?
Together.
Like, yeah,
totally.
It was way more like if we were fighting or had sexual tension, that would probably be a better indicator of if our performance was going to be good.
And I think that's like what Rita Wilson was alluding to. She actually didn't care about the romance. She was just like, do you guys have sexual tension?
Yes.
By the way, what a run for Rita Wilson. She started the year by tweeting about how her makeup artist did not arrive for the Golden Globes.
Wow.
And then she got coronavirus.
Oh my
and
God.
now she's the finale judge on Listen to Your Heart. I mean, so far
my
she's
God.
winning 2020, I would say. It's Rita Wilson's world.
what do you think she's about to launch? Because this is the perfect run up to like a huge Rita Wilson launch.
Definitely a new album. She's a singer. She like has put out albums in the past.
I know, that was a news to me, by the way, when they said Rita Wilson, artist. I had no idea.
I follow her on Instagram, so I knew all about it.
Oh, can we talk about our favorite judge?
Yes, I do. Exactly what I wanted to talk about. I wanted so much more from Taye Diggs. I mean, he'll always be Benny from Rent to me. And I did not get Benny from Rent at all.
December 24th, 9 p.m. Should we just do that the rest of the pod?
Yeah. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, run in, I shoot without a script.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I
want.
Oh my God.
Too. I agree.
I'm sorry. I just got like overwhelmed thinking about my favorite Benny lines from Rent. I just love Rent so much. Let's talk about
We should
Jewel.
do a Pretty Girls rewatchable on Rent, just among ourselves.
I'd love to. We can do it on this podcast before Hamilton comes out. You know, it's sort of
done.
On July 3rd on Disney Plus. I can't wait.
Oh my God, done. Maybe we should bring Kevin and Melanie on the pod and we can all talk about Rent.
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay, incredible.
Rachel, I know you love Jewel. How did you feel about her performance as a judge?
I love Jewel so much, you guys. She's actually a really good mom friend of mine now too.
Oh, great. So you performed with her last summer, right?
Performed with her last summer, yep. Man, as a judge.
I thought she's
such a big heart. You know, I feel like she came across so honestly. Like when she's like, "Oh, damn it, I'm going to cry." You know, like that is very Jewel from what I know of her. Like she's so open with her emotions and like I thought she was being super real.
Between her and Taye Diggs, she wore the hat way better, and they were wearing very similar
I was
hats.
really uncomfortable that they were both wearing hats sitting next to each other. I felt so embarrassed as a musician. I was like, do we have to be so predictable and all wear hats?
I thought she rocked it really well. It kind of looked like Sheridan's hat, actually, that he had worn earlier in the season.
I really did get embarrassed, though.
Impressive this whole season. You should have been on it, though. If they do listen to your heart again, can we get you on as a judge?
Yeah, 100%. I'm so upset. When I saw that Andy, like all my friends were judges, I was like, who the hell did mess this up? Why wasn't I?
Do you know Jason Mraz?
I don't know Jason, no. I know everyone else, though.
He was an absolutely savage judge. He was probably the highlight of the show for me. His incredible commentary when he was like to Ryan, "She will leave you. Just know that. She will leave you." That was incredible.
What did you think about the Bachelor judges? Like the, you know what I mean, former contestants?
Yeah, I thought that Rachel. I thought that Caitlin and Jason have like no chemistry at all. Like I know
super
they're like,
weird.
really into each other, but it did not come across on screen at all. I thought that was super weird. And
well, that's the thing, because that's the whole thing with performative romance. It's like no one knows what goes on behind closed doors in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, who are we to judge based on one camera interaction how in love someone is? That's such a weird thing to judge.
And also, every time they appeared, like JoJo and Jordan, Rachel and Brian, Jason and Caitlin, they barely spoke. And then Lauren Bushnell, when she was on with her husband, Chris Lane, Lauren literally didn't speak. So it's like they had the Bachelor people show up, but they didn't get to talk at all. It was really weird. I didn't really get it, but
justice for the Bachelor people.
Question.
Okay.
Was Listen to Your Heart good? We're here at the end of 6 episodes. Was it good? I'm going with yes, but there's some things to figure out. Started off really hot, started off really weird and funny. The singing competition kind of like made it worse. I think they need to like figure out a way to like work the I liked that everyone has skill and like a profession, something they were pursuing that like elevated all the people on the show from who they usually have. But The Bachelor becoming like American Idol for couples does not work.
I have to agree with you there. The show needs some work. It needs some changes. It felt a little
Chris
forced.
Harrison handing out roses, you know, if he
it was very, very awkward. It was
something has gone wrong. Get the rose out of that man's hand.
I felt like Chris was like a little like thrown off the whole season. Like I felt like Chris was like, "Well, should I wear musician clothes today?" Like
he was like, "What am I doing here?" Yeah, he had a little bit weird outfit. Yeah,
that's what I mean. That outfit where he was like trying to be a rock star. Like it was a little like Chris. Like we get it. It's a music show, but like I don't know. Like they have some work to do. I I enjoyed it a lot in the beginning, like way more than I thought it was. Like you said, I thought there was a lot of fun drama. I really enjoyed that, Julia was a little bit of a villain. I thought that was so much fun. Like,
so funny.
Loved it. Hilarious. And that they were fighting over that weird security guard. Like, what? Guys.
Poor Brandon. Poor Brandon. I think his people pitched me on having him on the podcast, but I declined.
Oh, okay. So you were being political there. I see.
No.
Just kidding.
Never.
But I think, I mean, like, okay, so it really started off strong, and I'm totally with you. I just needed more. It needed more, like if we're talking about the challenge, like it needed more nights out. You know what I mean? Like it needed more just like
totally
fun times of them jamming, like actual gossip, like actual things that are going on, not weird staged performances where we're judging how into each other they are. And the dates were so weird. The dates were so weird.
Budget.
Like, oh my God, so low budget. Hey, go to the Guitar Center. What more romantic place than Guitar Center? Every musician knows, like, who saw that show was like, Guitar Center is not romantic at all. It's like, it doesn't make you fall in love with someone. It's actually stressful and makes you think that you're broke and like can't get the things that you want. Yeah. I don't know. It needed some work.
It does need some work, but I think there's like a good foundation. Also, just like the parts that are like Paradise were really fun. So obviously, like there's a good
There's something good there.
Yeah, and having the men and women meet, like having not just like one person they're all vying for makes it more fun. So
I wish that they had done more. Like I was bummed when they were like, okay, here it is. This is the final 16 people. I wish that they had kept adding in more people.
Yeah, I know.
That would have been way more fun.
I think they didn't really know what they were doing. They probably figured it out as they went along. So they kept like changing the rules and like introducing new people, et cetera, et cetera. But
how happy do you think they were that they found Chris and Bri?
Oh my God, so happy. They got like a legit couple that like it seemed like they wanted to say like we're in love. They must have been so happy.
Happy. Yeah.
It really worked out. Also, like even though the show wasn't perfect, I'm grateful for having it on the last 6 weeks. Like it's just been like nice to have.
Yeah. Let's be honest. I have nothing going on. Beggars can't be choosers. Like, thank God there was something to look forward to on Monday nights. I don't know why I'm complaining. Like, I had a lot of things going on, you know?
I know, because The Bachelor, Listen to Your Heart, and Vanderpump are ending. So I'm just like, I've got some gaping holes in my schedule. Luckily, the challenge will be on for like another 20 weeks.
Oh, God. I think that, what's it called, is coming back soon. I forget the name. That fantastic show with, what's it called on HBO? In June.
The fantastic show on HBO in June. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. And television is like my job,
the Will Ferrell and Adam McKay produced one.
Oh, Succession?
Yes, exactly. It's coming back. Right?
That's not coming back soon. No, they had to put production on hold. I'm so sorry to tell you. I was funny
so
you say that, though.
Sad.
I was thinking about rewatching it. I'm really sorry.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna let you go in 5 minutes, but first,
okay,
please
fantastic.
tell me who are you rooting for in the challenge right now?
Woo.
Tori's out. We love Tori, so that's pretty hard.
Tori,
for us.
I ride so hard for Tori. Like
Me too.
I can't. I want to be married to Tori. I would leave Kevin for Tori. I would do anything for Tori. I love her so much.
She seems beloved. It seems like people love Tori as much as they hate Jordan. So that means they really love her.
God, I love her. I'm riding hard for Johnny and Wes right now. Like I love that they grouped up. Give me some old vets, some old grumpy vets, like finally figuring out their differences. Yes, boys.
I know.
Brava.
I'm really into it as well. I'm
so happy.
I can't believe Wes is married. It really hurt when I found out. I also can't believe I missed the fact that he got married because I just love that guy. But I also Johnny. When I finally understood.
You interviewed Johnny a couple weeks ago. Did you say?
Yeah.
Then you take precedence. Absolutely. You keep talking.
He has like softened and he's like grown up. It's a slightly softer and more gentler Bananas, and I'm so here for it. I just feel great about it. He's maturing, it's just great.
He's
stuff.
like going the CT route. He's going to be like a dad, so a sweet little dad with a little midsection extra in the middle. Maybe next time. I love it.
Exactly.
These old guys are like, softening as they get older. It's so sweet. Yeah. I love them. They feel like family to me. And do you want me to tell you who I'm really not riding for?
Yeah.
D.
I agree.
What the living F is going on? Is she like on an ego trip? And like, I
Yes,
don't understand
she
how
is.
she talks. How she talks confuses me. Do you know what I mean? Like
She's
with
Australian. It's very hard to understand.
yeah, and it's just like a lot of lower teeth. Like I shouldn't talk. I have such major teeth. But like, I don't know.
Whatever.
I feel like she's like
I'm
on
not
an
a
ego
teeth fan
trip.
either. Also, her strategy is bad, and she didn't throw herself in when she had the chance.
She's
I
like, yeah,
hope she
no
doesn't win.
thanks. Yeah. You know that she doesn't? Or you hope?
I hope she doesn't, because no, I don't know who wins, the girls, but she
Oh, 2 people win? I thought we already spoiled it. Okay.
I think a guy and a girl win. I think.
Okay.
I think that Dee sucks, and like I think she thinks she's a great strategist, but like what is her strategy? I don't understand.
So annoying. And I really feel bad for Kayla. I mean, I could just go on and on the challenge. Oh, man.
Oh, and Kayla? I mean,
You know what we
she's
should
got a
do?
new
This
boyfriend.
is not
She's fine.
okay. Thank God. But Bah, I love Bah. Bah.
Bah.
Bah.
I go in and out on him. He's the show needs him. He's good at entertainment.
He's so silly. He's so silly.
Yeah.
He's just, he's ridiculous.
I go back and forth. The
I
way that
know.
he just like he just was like, Kayla, I will not take no for an answer is persuasive. I would like to be pursued that way, I guess.
That was pretty hot. I mean,
Yeah.
she really did try in the beginning. Okay. Also, can
She's
we
beautiful.
so beautiful, but really dependent on lighting and makeup. Like,
Yeah.
Kevin noticed, he's
Big
like,
time.
I've never seen someone look so different with and without makeup, but she's stunningly gorgeous. And what a body. Like, I'm not gay,
I know.
but
She's
man,
she's very hot.
I can appreciate that hot butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, challenge is going great. A couple
Great
days. My
stuff.
birthday's on Wednesday, so I'm going to be having a special challenge episode watching on Wednesday night.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm glad I know. I'm gonna send you something.
A text.
Maybe. Who knows?
I love it. Thanks.
I
should
mean, you
have.
already got. I know that you have your microphone coming, so I won't get you that. But
Oh my God, for a second I forgot that I told you and I was like, did Kevin tell you?
no, you did.
I know, I'm such an idiot.
Rachel, thank you so much for doing this. Should we
I love
tell
you,
everyone to buy
Juliet.
your book? You Belong?
Oh my God, yes, please. I have a children's book out right now. It's called You Belong. It's so sweet. I wrote it for my daughter Violet when she was in my belly. It was a song first. And yeah, it's a beautiful message of belonging.
It really is. It's a beautiful song too. Rachel, thank you so much for doing this. I'll probably be texting you very shortly, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Thank you all for listening. I'll be back on Wednesday night as per usual. And I just wanted to note, there's a ton of Bachelor programming to HBO Max, so more to come on plans of covering all of that. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again for listening. Have a great rest of your day or evening, whatever it is for you.